Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Monsieur. I'm called to come and speak. It's a great honor to be called to speak about transcendental psychology. I wanted to discuss a few ideas. The first one is that there is three ways out of this matrix. It is ascension, death, or evacuation. So we die, and then whatever happen after that will depend on our soul. Or we ascend, we stay on the planet, or we ask to be evacuated. It depends on your mission. It's like there is a half 50-50 chance to, if you make that request, that you'll be shipped, teleported to the ship to return to your soulmate to live in the abundance of nirvana. But the creator might accept that depending on your mission, but yet it is really recommended to want to stay on the earth, because the whole future of the planet depends on the enlightened communities. And although it is really hard to be enlightened in a world that is where there is so much darkness, says, how come an all-powerful Father is only about love and is all-powerful and allows all this darkness to be? Well, it is so that souls learn from their own experience. But so we incarnated in the physical body to offer an experience to the Supreme Being, because the Supreme Being is so grandiose, he could never, he's like so vast. And so, as individual, we encapsulate our consciousness within this physical body with the potential of discovering the divine source frequency energy, so that we become that one expression of the Supreme. We all facets of the whole. We all have to understand to reconnect to our source is essential. There is nothing more important to find the gentle middle way where we can experience living in joy, in peace, in harmony, because it will not, the ascension will not happen when we agitated or in conflict or drama or chaos. It happens when all things are in divine order. So it's like it's all about coming into this order first, shutting out all of the inferior energies to be only in this paradise state of integrated being. It's a state of being. And then the challenge will be to manifest this paradise reality on the planet in the physical sense. But first we have to integrate that through the process of bringing the vision from the ethers into the physical reality. It's like an energy that comes down and traverses us. That is wonderful. But we eventually we get, the spirit is saying talking to me about this, is like, because it's wonderful to live in this astral spiritual realm, and because it's very flexible. There's so much you can do, but to live it in the physical realm, in physical reality, is quite wonderful as well. And so it's like for real, it's all going to be manifested. But the more we advance, the less we need to know about the future. We want to take the future as a wonderful surprise, and how to project, the less we need about past and future. So it's like you must trust and flow. There is those two opposing forces in the battle for the psyche here, this war for the psyche on the planet in relationship to the mass of consciousness. One is the positive, loving, Christic forces, and the other side is the dark, Luciferian energies that are all about distraction. If you want to know where they're at, you look at what is projected on the news or in the collective consciousness, and you look at 180 degrees on the opposite side, and then you'll see what's really going on, because it's all about illusion. When the Christic forces is all about consciousness, enlightenment, healing, love, inclusion. There is no manipulation within that. The spirit was saying the Akash, was talking to me a lot about the Akash. I'm very excited about being able to have access to the Akash. That if spirit's talking about it, it is coming. But there are countless operations of all kinds that are happening in all kinds of dimensions that makes that will eventually bring everything into order. But sometimes it's like there is some action that is needed in some unknown dimension that kind of like, and it's happening all the time. So it's all moving forward, and nobody will be able to stop the ascension of the planet. And for that, we need to balance out the positive and negative energy, the divine feminine and divine masculine, the principles of sexuality, of coming the positive and negative that meets, come into harmony, and eventually fusion that creates something else. But so it's like external sexuality is a biological imperative. We have to balance it out. Yet there is also this internal partner, the ideal woman for a man, or the ideal man for a woman, and God, that is the spiritual, the soul, the soul level of reality. And that does not preclude, for in the monks they said to go only inside. But if you're not a monk or none, then you can have a balanced energy between the internal and the internal is really essential, and it's fusion with source inside, because the source is really what we need to discover. This like the center of glory is paradise, is the center of glory for the universe. But the eternal gods of paradise and the central universe, where there is all this is a world beyond our imagine wildest imagination, in the glory of the eternal center is beyond. We'll have to traverse all the spheres to really know it. But the powerful, the gods of paradise do not interfere within the plans of the universe. And usually it's like there is the Father God and the Mother God and the Supreme Being that coordinate all things, and as they do. But in this planet, we went so far into anti-life that the prime creators, they know that's enough, and so it created a big change that we'll be able to see this big change. And so, but we want to fuse only with our source, and do not try to fuse with lower energy or anything. Just cut them out. Just fuse with your inner soul, and then your guides will assist you with that. But because the whole is really what the God is, the source is really what makes the whole works. Everybody lives within his own reality, but nobody really knows. Only God knows how all those realities work, and there is always mystery. No matter what reality we live in, there is always mystery to be uncovered. So, and when we connect to the one, to the other part of ourselves, on the other side, we are connected to the whole, not the whole all, because it's like so vast and so big. It's completely, but we continue to expand into ever increasing level of unity and consciousness within the grand universe, or beyond even the master universe. And so, but the physical world here, down here on the earth, on a practical level, that's, to me, as far as I'm saying, I'm just sharing some thoughts and sharing some perceptions, some consciousness, my consciousness. But it's all about, there is two forces here on the planet. Is the ego, which is the illusion, and there is the soul. The soul is really the force, that is the evolutionary force of light that is evolving within the collective consciousness as well as the individual consciousness. It is a memory cell atom. The soul is like is connection to the Akash, the eternal continuum that we are. And so this the soul is, to connect to the soul is just connect to the heart, to the love, and then you affect the world and people on a much deeper level, rather than if you just address them from a mind standpoint. When it comes from the heart, it is more powerful, and that is where the soul operates from. So it's very much about being mind and heart the mind and the heart connected within our own power, and connected to God, connected to the source. That's what gives us our power ultimately. And all comes back to source. Everything starts from source and return to source. That's a certainty. If you can base that, then move into all your causes from the return to all causes to the source, then all things will change rather rapidly. So there's all kinds of magic that is going on that is happening. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to pull some oracles, then sing a song a cappella. If you're new, it's kind of strange, the model that I'm doing right now, but it's I like to sing, so it's like assisting me and helping me with my own learning new songs also. Let's see. The card of the day is nothing is better than your home. It's continue to envision, to see for me, I know I'm going to have a home. It's going to be wonderful after so many years of being a bohemian vagabond. And so having a home, imagining this home, the house of light and the home of love, to really envision the ideal and the environment, and continue to cultivate that connection to that, to continue to hope and pray and connect and cultivate the vision of what is really, see what is really truly really the best for you, and allow your soul and your spirit to enrich the vision. So I'm going to see pull out some oracles. The past is we are the world, is the connection to the abundance of the connection of the world. There's been a great awakening in this planet, and so it is showing. It is trust that. And the present is maturity, is the mirror of maturity, is the being able to see life from a higher perspective. And in the future is beyond the illusion, is the judgment card. It is the new life that is emerging. On the invisible world is ripeness. It's the fruits are ripe, so it's going to come down. And the art and on the visible world is harmony. We just need to tune into the harmony, and the flow of harmony is there. Well, wonderful oracle. Well, thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, so we can stay in touch, and commenting so we can interact. There's a lot of exciting things are going to be happening. I'm going to finish with a song. It's a difficult song to sing, but I don't know why, so I sing it today. But it's an old song of John Lennon that was it's called "A Little Help from My Friend." It goes like this. What would you do if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up or walk out on me? Lend me your ear and I sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad because you're on your own? No, I get by with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Would you believe in a love at first sight? Yes, I'm certain that it happens all the time. What do you see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but you know it's mine. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends, Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends, with a little help from my friends. Well, I didn't go like Joe Cooker in Woodstock, and this song went completely wild. And even John Lennon recognized that he did a tremendous performance there. So we'll pull out the angel. We'll get by with a little help from our friends. So friendship is a very powerful value. Epicure thought it was the most precious of all things we had on the planet, on the earth, on this earth life. And we have the same card as the observer as we had in the French video, and I just pulled out. It's great. Out of 78 is the dreams. Making the dreams come true is very essential. We have to figure out what is our dream, and then we have to allow it to come into being. The highest wisdom is the globe of creation. We're getting empowered. We're getting more certain of ourselves. What we need to understand is our destiny, is the stairway to heaven. what we need to do is determination, not to allow anything to distract us from this point of joy, this point of freedom, this trust with the connection with the Creator and the source of love and light. And the outcome will be patience. It is by relaxing, by allowing time to work on us, that the new energies are going to slowly be coming. So it's about being a bit of patience, but it is within the calm and relaxation that things will come into alignment with their most authentic vision. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Salam.